morning, everybody. It is currently a bit past 7 on Sunday morning. Today is a bit of a jam-packed day, but again, like last weekend, filled with fun. Main thing on the plate today is the whole team is meeting up today, and we're having more of like a long-term business strategy session. You're gonna get introduced to the other partner on the team, Jackson. He's more of our business end of things. Looking forward to that meeting, but that's going to be later today. Before then, got to hit the gym. I also have to get Savannah from the airport. She's been in Antigua, I believe is the place, down in the Caribbean. She's been sailing, had a 600 nautical mile race. Absolute badass. So she's just getting back from that. I'm gonna go scoop her before the gym. And before all of that, right now, I'm just sitting down to I've got a bunch of random school stuff, just all like.
Think about it. You're dealing with numbers all day long. Decimal points, high frequencies, bang, 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 fucking digits, all very acidic, above the shoulders mustard shit. Right? It kind of can wig some people out. Right?
I got a bunch of that stuff. So rather than just letting it carry on into the rest of my day, even carry on into the week, it's just like small random things. I can just sit down and just crank it all out in a couple hours. So that's what I'm hoping to do this morning, just get it out of the way. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna lock in, crank all that out before I go to the airport. One thing I wanted to touch on too is you've probably noticed this, like deep work sessions in the morning, or just like if you go into work right at the beginning, you notice that like you're able to slip into that flow state and just kind of lock in, and things are a lot more effortless. There's just less resistance into getting into it. And what I've noticed over the past like a month or two of tracking my brainwaves is first thing, like, so if it's later on in the day, right, and I'm sitting down and trying to do work, I notice I feel that resistance. And what I can see in the app is my like brain power levels across all different bands are higher. I'll double click there for a second. Like, what are those bands for people that aren't really familiar with brainwaves and how they work? But basically what you can think of is you've got all your neurons in your brain, right? And so when they fire, they give off just tiny little, very small voltages. And all those voltages kind of add up into still very small, but actually measurable voltages that we can measure at the surface of the skin. You measure that with electrodes. For our glasses, they're in the arms right here, lining both sides like that. And then you have a ground electrode. But basically what you get is this electrical signal, and it can be kind of messy. It's all over the place. That signal, when you actually go to analyze it, can be broken up into a bunch of different, you can think of it as 5 different signals superimposed over each other to get that one messy signal. What that actually means is you have one band, for example, your delta waves. Then you have theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. And so each one of them, starting at the delta waves, those are the slower waves. So they're oscillating like this. Theta is like this. Alpha, maybe like that. Beta, and then gamma is like that. At any given time, you have this messy brainwave signal, but at any given time, there is activity in each of those bands. What we do is analyze and compare different bands to each other and to different benchmarks to tell things about your cognitive state, whether you're focused, overwhelmed, in a state of flow, or just in a more relaxed and recovery state. Back to me doing work in the morning. If it's later in the day when I sit down, my beta power and my alpha power are all a lot higher. And that's because during the day, there's so much more stimulus. You're thinking about other things, your brain's all over the place. And then when you sit down to actually do deep work, you need to bring those levels down and focus on one track. In the app, I can see that. I can see when it starts, my beta power is way up here. I'm a little skittish, I'm all over the place, I'm uncomfortable. But as I kind of stick with it and focus on one task, you can see all of that come down. And then my alpha to beta ratio goes up, my theta to beta ratio goes up, but it takes some time, and sometimes I can't even slip into that state later in the day. But in the morning, what I've noticed is that I start off in that focused state. My beta power is down, my alpha power is up, my theta power is up, and my ratios are all on point, and I just slip right into a flow state. That's what I've learned. I always like intuitively knew this, but it's nice being able to like have data to back it up. And then also see and kind of like benchmark how long does it take me to get into a flow state, and what factors really affect that, and what can I play to my advantage. We're taking advantage of that, sitting down and just absolutely tearing through a bunch of these things before I head off to the airport. So yeah, deep work, airport, gym, strategy session, and then after that, heading out to my parents' house about half an hour from here, and we're having a nice family supper with my grandparents. So great Sunday. I will catch you guys later.
See you later.
So yeah. Oh, almost. There he is. Oh! Did you almost go down?
No, you got them.
Testing mics.
Testing. I think I put it a little too close there.
What about here?
I think like here's perfect because like you think it's supposed to be clipped like
Right
that.
there's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Can we hear Matt when he talks?
Hello?
We'll see.
We'll find out.
I can hear myself.
Matt, can we hear you?
All right, we got the full gang here. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're going to have a little board meeting. Matt and I have surfaced from code and wires long enough to have a little business strategy session led by our very own Jackson Beliveau.
It's nice to be here. I don't know what to say. What
This is your grand introduction.
This is so
No
much pressure.
No pressure, but like this is first impression, and first impression's everything.
I actually have no idea what to say. What do you say?
It just comes naturally. At one take, everything.
My name is Jackson. That's it. That's all I have.
Enough said.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna drive over there. We'll see you there.
See you there. The goal of our meeting today, I guess, is to go over kind of like where we're at right now and then like our long-term strategy. We're kind of gearing up for a pitch with an investor that we pitched before, and someone that we would just like to be like a long-term partner with. So what we want to do is come up with like what our big pitch is for like the long-term deal. Like we don't want to pitch that we want money today because like I'm still studying for the CFA while working. Matt's working full time, and Ryan's still in school. We want to be the partners, I guess, that can take this to the next level instead of pretending like we are right now. We kind of want to pitch that story to this investor that we know.
Today we just really want to like settle into like the long-term strategy. Like one thing we said from the start, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video or not, but Jackson and I are second-time founders. We, with another partner, had a software startup before, and we played it like, obviously we learned a lot, great experience, but looking back, we played it totally wrong compared to how we wanted to play it this time. We like killed ourselves for it. We were just like put everything on pause. We both paused school, everything, just dove in, and we were like, we need to raise money now.
and we went to investors. We came close. So we're glad we didn't raise any money because we learned the lessons and got to move on. But we were just like pitching, like we need this, and investors can smell that off of you. And not even that, but it shows in your product, your business, your vision, your life, and everything. And like kind of the ethos of this company and the product that we're selling and everything is just getting away from that, having like peace of mind, like a calm, clear, productive mind. And if we went into this and dropped everything, tried to raise money and just like nose to the grindstone, then we're defeating the whole purpose of the entire company that we're trying to build. So that's kind of what we're trying. We're trying to package up that attitude and framework and apply that to our strategy. And Jackson has some pretty good ideas that he's going to pull. We're going to expand on today. Thanks, sir.
Because then it's just like we can figure out what we can like continue to do organically.
Yep.
And then like what even the money would be for, and like then we can come up with like a rough timeline of like when we would need it versus like we can just continue to like stay scrappy like that, because that will give us the ability to like negotiate and talk about the deal. Like when we go to pitch, it's like here's exactly when we would need it, how much, why, and like what we would use it for, and why we can't keep doing it. Like maybe it's never. Maybe we can talk about it and it's like, oh, like maybe we can make it without money. I get it. This is probably not the case, but so I think that's like number one, and then number two is
put some flair into it. Get a little flick through those hips. Yeah, there you go.
that was a great productive meeting. A lot of fun.
Very. Don't run these people over. I'll back up a little bit, give them some space. There we go. Cheers, everybody. I don't want to run these guys over either. Yeah, okay.
Wish you could flip it while it was recording. I know, that's why I'm like double tapping, because I thought you could flip it.
Okay. All right. On the road again. Yeah, very good meeting. Come on!
Oops.
Turn your fucking brain on! Today was a great session. It's so nice, like when you just go so deep on the tech and everything, to just pull back, see the big picture, and just like put a bow on the entire business, product, the whole plan, what we're even trying to do here. It just like, it's very good to benchmark it, because like if you're just going down the rabbit hole of tech and stuff like that, you got to look up to the surface and like get excited again about what you're building and see what direction you're even headed in. So that helps a lot.
We came back up for air and are now even more motivated to get back down to the depths.
Exactly. Yeah. So not too much more to say about that, but it was a great session. And what we will say is that in about 3 weeks, we'll probably have some good stuff to update with. Yeah. So that's that. This was a great Sunday of building. Jackson's got some studying to do for his CFA. Not sure what you're going to get up to today, Matt. What do you got? Matt's going to Costco. Going to load up on a fuckload of meat, probably.
Yep, that's the plan.
Pause. And I'm going to go back.
Good choice of words.
I've got some school stuff to wrap up, but it's nice. I can focus a lot better now that we know we have an actual tangible step-by-step plan and very solid direction where we're going. So that's that. Thanks for following along, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.